Hello there! Welcome to Tuskeh Talks, my take on the week in WoW, Wildstar, and in general. My name is Tuskeh, and on this episode I'm going to discuss some WoW videos, try to untie some underwear, and then I'm going to discuss Patreon. So, let's start with WoW again. So there's an absolute ton of stuff in terms of news that I'm trying to avoid. You can see it on MMO Champion if you want, but it's all stuff that I'm not interested in because, as I've said over and over again, I try to avoid alphas and betas from now on. I'll include a link to the video that covers this in detail, but generally, it's a bad idea to spoil yourself. So there's things like models, zone previews, loading screens, talent previews, all kinds of different stuff that I'm just avoiding entirely. There's some new face customization for the female Draenei and Undead, so yay. I'm not going to say anything about same face, be patient for God's sake. And since there's not much to talk about at the moment, I'm just going to say this. I'm very, very excited to make more videos about WoW, especially for when Warlords hits, because I've been playing a lot of Wildstar recently, and I've been playing loads of that and just leveling up and playing it all. And then I went back to WoW recently and played around for a little bit, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I forgot. I really love this game. It can be very easy to forget how much fun WoW is. I know I've had a go at Blizzard and WoW in some of these Tuskeh Talks, but I do love the game. Absolutely love it. And you should, if you feel that you're getting a bit bored with WoW or you're not really appreciating it and you'd like to, just spend a week or two away from it and then come back and you will realise, oh yeah, this game is actually quite fun, yeah. But in terms of videos, I have plenty of ideas for things to do while we wait for Warlords of Draenor. The raiding guide is going to continue. I still have plenty of topics to discuss there. It's been going pretty well. It's been getting a fair amount of attention, which I like. I may also continue with the battle pet guide. It's going to be secondary though, because it's battle pets. I know not an awful lot of people are interested in battle pets. It can be great fun, but it is a secondary kind of thing to do in WoW, so it's also probably going to be a secondary video type for me. Because there's loads to talk about with battle pets, but unfortunately, it's just not as exciting as the rest of the game. It can get very exciting, especially when you start getting things up to level 25 and you're doing things like the Celestial Tournament. It can be very make or break, and it can get some interesting emotions out, I'll say that. Oh, Jesus, that tournament. Anyway, the point is that it's a little bit secondary, and it doesn't get that much attention, so I want to make videos that you guys want to watch, and if people aren't watching the videos, then I'm not going to make them. So it'll probably still happen, but it'll be very slow. I'm also going to be doing more discussion videos. If you have any topic ideas, let me know. A few ideas I have are things like not being complacent, how to get into heroic raiding now that I've started to, you know, get into it, and things like that. So if you have any ideas for topics, let me know in the comments, or you can just contact me directly. I'm also considering making a sort of WoW live video series about a boosted 90. This was suggested to me in a comment, and I kind of like it as an idea. The whole idea would be I would make a boosted level 90, and then I would play it and talk about it live. And I would go and I'd gear up and all that stuff, and you could actually see the process happen. This probably isn't going to be very interesting for people who have gone through the whole process before and know how to do it, but considering that quite a few people haven't, it may be quite a good thing to do. So let me know what you think about that. And of course, if you have any suggestions for videos, make sure you let me know. Moving on to Wildstar. So, a bit of bad news in terms of Wildstar. Their servers, Carbine servers, have recently been DDosed. This means that a malicious individual, or a group of individuals, have pinged the Wildstar servers millions of times in the course of a very, very small amount of time. This slows them down massively to the point of barely working. I'm not an expert on how this kind of thing works, but that's the basic gist of it from what I can gather. And it's bad. It's going to slow the servers down, and there have been crashes and things are slow. It won't affect your account security, but it just is frustrating. But this affects more than just Wildstar, and it's important to know this because other games included are Elsword, Archage, EverQuest, Trove, Guild Wars 2, and others. And it's important that you have this knowledge. Now, the Wildstar servers are starting to get better, which is good, but this kind of thing can't really be helped. Make sure that you follow Wildstar on Twitter or on Tumblr, or at the very least check their forums before you start getting angry. Knowledge is always good. Don't go around saying that the servers are terrible and that Carbine don't know what they're doing, because I've seen people do that, and Carbine do know what they're doing, and their servers are not terrible because launch was fairly stable. A DDoS is an attack, and it can't be predicted. So calm yourself and don't get your underwear in a twist, alright? Additionally, like I said before, DDoSing doesn't affect your account's security, but despite this, make sure you get two-step verification going. It's important, and it will help protect your account, and it comes with rewards like a mount, an eye patch, a title, and a permanent XP and PvP currency boost. It's worth doing, it barely takes any time, you can do it on your phone or your iPad. Just do it and protect your account. It helps everyone, it helps Carbine reduce the amount of hackers, it helps you from getting your account stolen. Don't be lazy, there's a link in the description, it'll be the first link, just do it, it's so worth it. Okay? Good. Moving on to general news. So unlike last time, I'm not going to be talking for 12.5 minutes, but there is a few things to know. So first of all, the TGM partnership that I talked about last video, unfortunately that's going to be a no. I'm not really that interested in it. Sometime I may talk about things like my financial situation, but that is of course very personal, so I'll have to think about that quite hard, because I like being entirely honest with you folks. I don't want to hide my situation from you. I don't want to seem like I need all this money that I'm trying to attain, because I'm not. And when I say that, I'd just like to point out that I have made no money from this YouTube channel yet. On my AdSense account, which is the account that basically tracks the money that I make from people watching adverts before my videos, I have about $30. And you don't get paid until you reach a certain milestone, which is about $100. So I don't actually have any money from this channel yet. I'm doing it because I love it. So that's important to remember. And this is one of the reasons why I'm worried and cautious about partnerships, because it's all about money and it frustrates me. And there's been a recent controversy going around about YouTubers being paid by video game companies to promote their games, and it's all not very good. I'll include a link in the description to a video that Total Biscuit made about the whole topic, and he talks about all kinds of different things. He's a very enlightened individual, and it will certainly be an interesting listen to, so I would certainly suggest you do that. I also got another partnership offer via Twitter, which I again declined. And I recently, as of writing this script, as in today, I got another offer, which isn't about partnership, but it's more about making videos for another channel. So I have to say I'm a little bit optimistic, cautiously optimistic, that this will be something cool. I'm waiting for more detail about it. Additionally, I've been looking at Patreon recently as a possible way of doing things. I found out about a person called Matt Lees, and I've included the link in the description again. Lots of links in this video. And he makes a very good point. YouTube requires hundreds of thousands of views for a video to make money. Generally, 10,000 views is nothing. Even though 10,000 people and 10,000, views is actually really big when you think about it. But 10,000 isn't anything, really, in YouTube. You have to make hundreds of thousands of views to make money. This is interesting because it really forces YouTubers who want to make money off of YouTube and turn it into a career, like I'm trying to make videos that appeal to hundreds of thousands of viewers. I'm not really sure if my videos do that. Of course, I'll never be able to tell until I get to that point, if I ever do. It's interesting because this Matt Lees person has gone with a different approach, and instead he's using Patreon, which is a website where you can donate and subscribe to people to get rewards, and that they can create the content that they want to. I'll admit I haven't gone into it too deep, and I'm going to take my time to figure out the kind of perks I'd like to include in this, and whether or not I'm actually going to do it. If I do, it won't be until Warlords of Draenor is released at the very least. I'm never going to try and screw you folks over, and I will never put guides behind a paywall. That is a dumb idea. So all of that stuff will remain completely as it is now. I'd definitely like your thoughts on the Patreon matter, though. You can find a link to Matt Lee's entire written and video statement about YouTube and Patreon in the description. I think it's quite an interesting thing to listen to and to read. And it's interesting because I'm on the fence about this. I want to turn this into my career. I want to make money out of it. And I think it's only fair that if someone has a passion and they're good at it, and I like to think I'm good at it, then they should be able to make money out of it. And I'm quoting Ciderhelm when I say that. It's not just something that I've made up on the spot. But I know that I'm still absolutely tiny, and I know that it's going to take loads of time, and we're still climbing up the YouTube rankings very slowly and getting more subscribers, all that stuff. It's great to see that the channel is growing. It's slow, but it's always going to be slow. That's how YouTube works. It's important to me that I don't just jump straight at the money, because it just feels entirely dishonest, and it just doesn't feel genuine, you know? It just feels like you spend all this time making a YouTube channel where it's like, okay, you do all these things, maybe it's creating funny content, maybe it's creating informative content, and then suddenly you get an offer, or you see something where it's like, okay, I could do this, 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 and this, and then I can start making money, and too many people jump at that. There just doesn't seem to be any passion involved, and it sucks. And I've got pissed off loads of times by seeing people and streamers on Twitch and people on Patreon and people on YouTube who say like, I want to do this. This is my goal. And then they've already got Patreon set up, they've already got tip jars, they've already monetized all their videos. And it's like, great, but you're getting 50 views a video after a month. And I mean, I know that I was just at that spot very recently. I mean, barely a couple of months ago I was there. And what I get now is basically the same thing. But it's important that the people that watch my videos can see that I make them because I love to make them. I love the whole process. I love filming. I love editing. I've always loved video editing, which is why I like to put fancy effects in my videos every now and then. And I love the whole process. And it's great fun. And it's really quite empowering when I see a comment or I get sent a mail where someone basically says, hey, I found your videos, they're really, really helpful, they help me get into a guild, or they help me get into a raiding, or they help me with this and that, and it's great. I love it. It's so satisfying when I see that I've helped people. And that's what I want to do. I want to help people. I don't want to try and make this, all about money, because it just feels so disingenuous. Wow, that was quite the rant, wasn't it? It's a complicated matter, and I may talk about it more in the future, but for now, I'm just going to keep going as I'm going, and hopefully things will just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we'll grow more and more and more. That's it for this video. As always, let me know what you think in the comments, or you can contact me using the links in the description. I'm always after feedback about WoW, Wildstar, or general, anything you want to talk about. Let me know, and I will do my best to talk back. I'm always ready to have a chat with you guys in comments or via mail, and if I'm slow, I'm sorry. I sometimes suck at YouTube and mail because I do other things other than sit here at my computer and make videos, although I really wish I didn't. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you'd like more kind of stuff like this, make sure you subscribe, all that stuff. I'm just going to stop talking. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you the best of luck with your gaming endeavors.